and said, I cried by reason of mine affliction unto the Lord, and he heard me. Out of the belly of hell cried I, and thou heardest my voice. For thou hadst cast me into the deep, in the midst of the seas, and the floods compassed me about, all thy billows and thy waves passed over me. Then I said, I am cast out of thy sight, yet I will look again toward thy holy temple. Jonah 2 verse 2-4. I tell you now, the belly of hell where Jonah lay is no dungeon in space, but the sea of your own self-forgetfulness. In that vast deep you find every wave of doubt and every flood of fear, thoughts that pass over you like torrents. To cry in affliction is simply to turn inward, to lift your gaze from the facts of life and behold the living temple of your imagination. There you meet the I Am. Notice how you say, I am cast out of thy sight, yet you add, I will look again toward thy holy temple. That is the very pivot of faith. When the outer seems final, you refuse to yield. You commune with your own heart, you close your eyes, and you see the state fulfilled. You speak the word thank you, because to say it is to know it. Your thank you plants the seed in the fertile ground of the unseen, and from that seed the impossible breaks through the crust of circumstance. All your billows and waves are nothing but imaginings opposing your will. Be enraged if you must, then sin not, do not give up the end you see. Offer the sacrifice of right thinking, the vivid image that you already stand free on the shore, breathing the air of deliverance. Then trust in the Lord I Am, who alone can externalize that image on the screen of space. You are both Jonah and the great fish. You are both the deep sea and the deliverer. Call upon imagination. It hears your voice in the belly of your own world. It hears, and in its perfect timing it opens you to safe harbor. Refuse to surrender to the sea of appearances. Look again to the temple within. Give thanks, and you shall emerge miraculously into freedom. In these verses, Jonah's cries represent two inner states, the belly of hell as panic-bound fear, and the deep in the midst of the seas as drowning and doubting thoughts. His despair believing he is cast out of sight mirrors the human tendency to lose confidence in our own imagination when overwhelmed by external authority. Yet even at rock bottom, Jonah looks again toward the temple of his own heart, shifting his consciousness from victimhood into expectancy. Jonah's journey illustrates manifestation's two essential moves. First, the collapse of old form, the storm, the fish's belly, clearing space within. Second, the inner turning toward the desired end. By crying inwardly, he charges his imagination with a new scene rescue and return. This inward petition becomes the mold for outer change. The fish obeys, the waters calm, and he is cast ashore. His internal focus frames the unseen pattern that shapes visible events. Hidden here is the power to look again toward our own sacred center, the living temple of imagination. This is our divine power, the conscious choice to dwell in the state of the fulfilled wish, even when facts deny it. Jonah's confidence, born in darkness, exposes the universal ability to hold an inner vision so compelling that it reorders circumstance. In that silent communion, we become co-creators with the unseen source. Whenever overwhelm arises, gently pause for a silent cry within, not as a complaint, but as a vivid assumption of the scene you prefer. Close your eyes and feel yourself enveloped in safety, guided by an unseen hand, triumphant before the outcome even appears. In that quiet space, speak a short sentence of gratitude as though it has already come to pass. For example, thank you for guiding me safely through this. Then fall into stillness, trusting that this simple imaginal act has set invisible wheels in motion. As you remain faithful, you will begin to notice subtle shifts in your outer world, people, opportunities, and energies aligning with the state you first lived in within. In mastering this inner pivot from panic to poised faith, you awaken the same creative current that turned Jonah's crisis into deliverance. You become both the petitioner and the power that answers your own prayer.